What's going on, guys, and welcome to another video on Shogun FC. And today I'm going to try and answer the yearly question of do I pick up Pro Evo or FIFA? Now, if you haven't made this decision already and you kind of wait until, I don't know, maybe Christmas or whatever, hopefully I'll be able to shed some light on the situation. I guess the first thing I should probably say is that both games this year are really good. And it's just a case of what kind of experience you want. What kind of game modes you play the most, that sort of thing, that will determine what game essentially you should get. So I guess the first thing I'll touch on is the usual stuff, really. Licensing. Again, you know, EA have that exclusivity in the Premier League, so you know, unless it's Man United, I think, all the other teams don't have their licenses, which, you know, it is what it is. However, it's not the worst thing in the world. Pro Evo does have a great community. It has an edit function as well, where I'm so good at this. Then again, it is only Tottenham, but it has an edit function where, you know, you can put the correct kits in, and there's a community where people will already make the kits for you. This is obviously Arsenal versus Spurs with the correct kits on Pro Evo, and this option file was made within, you know, 2 days of the game's release, so, you know, it's not a long wait, particularly, which is useful, particularly if you know, you do video your gameplay, that sort of thing, and you want people to, you know, have something better to look at, really. But yeah, that's the main thing. Licensing, kit licensing, FIFA has it. Tournament licensing, Pro Evo has it. Champions League, Europa League, Copa Libertadores, I think the Asian Champions League, all those tournaments are fully licensed on this game, as well as La Liga, Serie A, Ligue 1, amongst others. So yeah, there's a mix in terms of licensing, but overall you want to get FIFA if licensing matters to you. Having the right kits, that sort of visual matters to you, go pick up FIFA. The next, I guess, is gameplay. Will be the next thing that people will care about, and for me it's a year on year victory for Pro Evolution. The gameplay is fantastic. It's sharp, it's physical, it's tactical. It really is just a great experience overall, and it's the first sort of game where, well, to say the first, it's the first in a while where you can be, it doesn't matter what sort of player you are, you can succeed on this. Whereas, you know, the last FIFA, it was widely documented that, you know, if you need to be somebody that abused pace really to succeed in both online and offline play. Whereas, you know, on Pro Evo here, you can be somebody who's quite brutish and physical in the tackle, which I tend to be, particularly in player versus player matches. You can be somebody who doesn't necessarily use pace a lot, but uses, you know, passing and dribbling to full extent, that sort of thing. It doesn't matter what sort of player you are, you're not at a disadvantage. It's all about your ability and how well you use your playing style to your advantage. Again, the gameplay on FIFA, it's not bad, but it does still feel, it doesn't feel like it's changed much, which is a shame. Pace isn't as dominant in this, and, you know, they do make that change year on year. Oh, what a good clearance that is. They do make that change every year. They kind of make pace less and less important. Obviously, you know, John Terry's not going to keep up with Cristiano Ronaldo, but it's less of a factor, which is nice. So I guess you'll still get a relatively even experience on FIFA, but for me, the gameplay on Pro Evo is great. It's obviously easier for me to say that while I'm dicking Tottenham 4-0, which is always a pleasant experience, but it is great. And I guess while this is on screen, next thing to talk about is graphics. And I don't see how there can really be much of an argument, to be honest. I think Pro Evo is graphically absolutely beautiful. The player animations, FIFA are better, but overall, graphically, visually, I think this game is just absolutely incredible. It's as close to lifelike as we've ever had with a football game to date. Obviously, year on year, that's going to improve. So obviously, you'd expect one of the games to be the best ever. I think this year it's Pro Evo, particularly in the replays. The replays are absolutely beautiful. During the actual gameplay, obviously that's toned down due to graphical requirements, as anybody who's had any kind of experience making games would know. But yeah, it's a beautiful game to look at. It's a beautiful game to play. I think on both those fronts, Pro Evo is the better game. I guess the next topic I'll talk about is game modes. Online, I'm going to be straight with you. Ultimate Team is more fun than My Club. I think it's a pick up and play experience. It's fun. You can go and try and build all these different teams, and it's just a better game mode to play. The only thing I would say is that the tactics and chemistry engine on Pro Evo's My Club is streets ahead of Ultimate Team. I think just the way it works based on tactical affinity rather than just who you play for, it's a lot more realistic, and it just makes for a more gratifying tactical experience, really. But overall, there's no competition at all. It's not as good as Ultimate Team. I think if anybody really does care about playing online and wants that kind of experience to be the key part of why they play the game, then go pick up FIFA and go and enjoy Ultimate Team. You won't regret it at all. They do a lot more fun things like Team of the Week, Team of the Season. Pro Evo does a Team of the Season, to be fair. Sanchez, you've stopped your run there. But come on. There's a good example of the physicality there. Vertonghen just absolutely running into him, and Bellerin getting a bit of his own back, actually. And here's the goal. Yes. Yeah, sorry, I got sidetracked there. It's a much more fun experience to play Ultimate Team than My Club. Offline, however, I would say absolutely pick up Pro Evo. Master League, for me, always has been, always will be better than career mode. Become a legend compared to single player career mode, I think they're pretty much even, really. But in terms of the team based career modes and manager mode, Master League is the best. It's streets ahead. They've improved it again this year. They've allowed for more breaks during transfer windows, so there was an issue before where you were kind of at the game's pace rather than your own. That's been tweaked. But overall, I think it's just a much better mode than career mode is. I think that there's much really left to address in terms of that. But again, like I say, there's not much between the games this year. I think Pro Evo is a very, very solid game. I think FIFA is a very, very solid game. Personally, I do like to play offline as much as online. I also really care more about the gameplay experience than anything else. And I think for those reasons, I'll probably always end up picking up Pro Evo. I was very close to picking up FIFA this year, but once I picked up Pro Evo, I realised that from what I'd experienced of FIFA from the demo, and actually since playing a bit of the full thing, it's not close, to be honest. And I've got no regrets, to be honest. But I don't think anybody that's picked up FIFA is going to regret their decision either. In terms of people wanting to switch, what I would suggest realistically is try and find somebody with both games, or if you've got one game and your friend's got another one, give both games a try, see what you're into really, and go into both with an open mind. I think for most people, I think a lot more people will enjoy Pro Evo than they'd expect, actually. What is Lloris doing there? But Vertonghen's cleared up. But yeah, like I said, I think people should try both. Like I said, if you want a quick pick up and play experience, go and get FIFA. It's it doesn't take as long to set up. You're straight in there. All the teams are right, all the kits are right. Everything's good to go as soon as you pick up and play. If you're more involved in your footballing experience, go and get Pro Evo. It takes you'll spend more time on your tactics, that sort of thing. But if that's the sort of thing that you're into, it really is the ideal game for you. So I imagine I haven't really made much of a decision for anybody. That wasn't what this video was all about, really. I didn't want to tell people what game to get. I just kind of wanted to advise people as to the pros and cons of each and let them make their own decisions. But if you found this at all helpful, then thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe. There's going to be obviously plenty of gameplay on here, and I'll try and do some more helpful videos if this was at all helpful. It probably wasn't, but if it was, then I'm happy to be of service. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm going to leave you the rest of this gameplay here. But yeah, until next time, take care of yourself and peace.